Good afternoon, everybody. Happy last week of classes in the strangest semester maybe ever. Hopefully, you're all well and working along, if not finished, with your final paper. I wanted to clarify a few things based on questions that I've seen coming through on my email. The first is that there are only the three units, so I cut out the final reflection paper just because it seemed like overkill in this semester. I didn't want to extend this into finals week. In terms of final due dates, the last paper, the work for the semester, was technically due last night. I will continue taking work for the next couple days. I would ask though, if you haven't turned anything or turned whatever you had planned on turning in yesterday in, to please shoot me a message on Remind or send me an email. Just let me know where you're at so that I can know where uh, people are in terms of their completion of work. My grades are going to be due on the 19th of the month, which means I have to get them completed by the evening of the 18th, just so that you have an understanding of what my timeline looks like. Um, you will have an idea at the end of this message of where you're going to be situated. I'm going to be posting the information that I'm going to share with you in this message on Blackboard and also on Remind. And if you have questions about it, please don't hesitate to send me an email. I'm being inundated with emails right now, so if it takes me a little bit to get back, I apologize. I opened up my inbox this morning and I had 35 something messages from people who had questions. Please bear with me as we close out the semester. I'm going to show you the table that I'm going to be using to tabulate grades in a few moments, which I'm sure you're going to be concerned about, or if you're concerned about now, hopefully it'll relieve your concerns when you see it. Even though this has been a different format, and I know that it's been a struggle for almost everyone, I want to make sure that I reiterate a few points that I talked about at the very beginning of the semester. I always frame writing at the beginning of our semester as a way to share your perspective. We had that metaphor about the tree that I've talked about over the course of the semester, and that there's so many different ways of approaching that idea, right? Of any given idea, there's so many different perspectives, and our perspectives are informed by our life experiences and by the way in which we enter into and converse with society, with the world. And so writing gives us an opportunity to kind of think about the way in which we interact with the world, interact with society, interact with one another. And even though we haven't had the in-person conversations that I really would have liked to have that motivate that, right, and see the way that those conversations are continued in writing, what I would hope is that the situation we're in now kind of sheds more light than ever before, right? So as you're thinking about your perspective, when you think about your opinion, when you think about the way in which your ideas impact the world around us and impact our society, writing and our ability to organize those ideas gives us agency. And in a time when everything that we thought we knew about the world is shifting, our understanding of how we present ourselves into that world becomes fundamentally important. And so, even though the semester hasn't gone the way that any of us would have liked, and I would love to be sharing these ideas with you in person, um, the validity of these ideas and the power that being a strong writer and a strong thinker and a reasonable student has hasn't diminished based on the format. And so hopefully we continue to see that. It's been a pleasure working with all of you over the last um, 15 and a half weeks. If you have any questions moving forward, please don't hesitate to email me. If you need me to serve as a reference, if you need letters of recommendation, um, just let me know. If you need to use me as a reference and you finish the class, feel free to put my name as a reference and let me know that you've done so. If you need a letter of recommendation, 2 weeks of lead time with some insight into what I'm recommending you for is really helpful. So please just let me know. Another easy way to connect is through LinkedIn. I can be a professional reference on LinkedIn, and that facilitates the whole process. And if you have questions about any of that, please don't hesitate to let me know. I'm not going to be teaching a 104 section next semester as of right now. Obviously, that could change. Our course offerings are changing, it seems, week to week. So please let me know if you need anything. If you are on campus next semester, if any of us are on campus next semester, feel free to search me out. I'd be happy to help you. Even though I won't be teaching 104, I will certainly be able to point you in the direction of people that can give you some help with that. So I'm going to pause for a second here and then share my screen. So unfortunately, it's not letting me share my screen. I'm going to end this video and I will start a new one with the updated grading policies. I'll also send that as an attachment so that when you see this, you'll also have an attachment with the video. So that's what that's going to be.